Hi, everyone. It's really exciting to be closing the show. It's been a great 2 days, I think, really diverse speakers. I can't really see the audience, but I know quite a few people have ducked out for a break, and about half of it is now my team, so they know what's going on. So, but it's great to be here. So I'm Rachel Bale. I head up the global ESG product team within Mastercard. So we sit within the core product organization rather than the corporate sustainability team. My team's remit is to harness innovation in the payment technology to really drive the sustainability agenda with partners. So, a little bit about Mastercard's ESG strategy. So we are building a sustainable digital economy where everyone prospers. And the ESG strategy is really fundamental to that overall mission. So the strategy has 3 pillars: people, prosperity, and planet. Obviously, planet is what I'm going to give you some examples around today. But ESG really is at the heart of our business strategy and our business goals. It's fundamental to building our long-term value generation and growth. And it's also foundational to our culture and our values. The ESG objectives are tied to every employee's compensation. So every single person in the company, from the CEO down, has a financial stake in us achieving our ESG objectives. So we've heard a lot the last couple of days about amazing work that lots of organizations have been doing, but I want to really talk about consumers, individuals, so you and me. So Mastercard is a B2B company, but 3 billion people around the world are carrying a piece of plastic with our brand on it. And that's a tremendous privilege and a tremendous asset. And so consumers are always where we start in our story. And these stats, I think, won't be surprising to anyone. So 85% say they're willing to take personal action to drive environmental issues. 65% of Gen Z say it's important to support companies who are focused on DEI. 57% of global consumers say they will put their money where their mouth is and put time and money into supporting companies who are doing the right thing. And the intention is really important. So we know that consumption and consumption patterns are a big contributor to global emissions. However, intention is not the same as action. And we know that there is still a say-do gap. So Kantar have found that 92% of individuals say that they are willing to do something to help the climate agenda, but only 16%, 1/6, have actually changed their behavior. And we know that there's still a lot of unsustainable consumption patterns, particularly in things like food, fashion, and travel. So in food at the consumer level is still at around 17% wastage. And garment production has doubled in the last 15 years, but garment usage or wear has actually decreased. So what is it that's stopping people with great intentions from actually acting? So what is it that stops us, you and I, as individuals, from doing more? So we've done research, and we think that there are 3 key hurdles in terms of consumers not acting on that good intention. The first is a lack of optimism and hope. So people don't think that what they do will actually make a difference to such a big, intractable problem as climate change. The second is a lack of information. They may want to do something, but what is it that they should be doing? What's the impact that every single one of their decisions actually has on the overall emissions? And then, are there enough options that are easy, accessible, and frictionless for individuals to take up? They may be out there, but maybe they're too expensive. They may be too difficult, too inaccessible. So these three hurdles are perfectly understandable, and I'm sure we can all relate to those, but they're not insurmountable. So what we're doing within Mastercard is looking at how do we inspire, inform, and enable individual consumers to make more sustainable choices. So inspire, how do we generate hope and optimism? And we're doing this through some of our priceless experiences, through incentivizing individuals as well to make those sustainable decisions. Inform, so how do we make sure that an individual actually understands the carbon impact of their behavior, particularly of each of their purchasing decisions, and the impact when they change that behavior and change those choices over time as well. And I'll come back to that. And then how do we enable them to make a different choice? How do we enable them to make a tactical, tangible action that they feel will make a difference? One of the ways that we are enabling those tangible, tactical actions is through our Priceless Planet Coalition. So the Priceless Planet Coalition unites the efforts of our partners, including our financial institutions, merchants, but also communities and consumers, and our partners, Conservation International and World Resources Institute, to fund the reforestation of 100 million trees by 2030. So we have over 150 partners as part of the Priceless Planet Coalition now. And those partners run campaigns to engage with their consumers those campaigns are aligned with their own business goals and business objectives. And those campaigns might be to encourage their consumers to donate to fund trees, or to use loyalty points to fund the planting. Or it might be that the partner funds the planting themselves on behalf of the consumer as a way to encourage, nudge and reward sustainable behaviour. For example, something as simple as switching to paperless statements. We work with Conservation International and World Resources Institute on this as our reforestation experts. We've chosen these partners because their approach is science-based and they have a successful global track record in reforestation. What's really important to us and our partners is that the reforestation projects that we choose, and we now have 19 across 6 different continents and growing, is that not only are they the most impactful from a climate perspective, but also from a community and a biodiversity perspective as well. So these reforestation projects are taking place in communities that are at the forefront of climate change. They're the ones who have been most impacted by climate change. So their livelihoods, their future security are at risk. So by engaging them with the reforestation projects, we can protect those livelihoods, for example, protecting fishing stocks, but also educating, upskilling them and giving them a livelihood by getting them involved in the planting and monitoring of the reforestation projects as well. So we've just hit the 21 million tree target. So we're well on our way to our, 21 million threshold. So we're well on our way to our 100 million target by 2030. So from leveraging the power of our network to enable consumers to understand how they can act to make a difference, to the power of innovation to inform and educate consumers on the impact of those actions and the impact of changes to their behaviour. So Mastercard developed the Carbon Calculator with our partner Deconomy, which provides a snapshot of the carbon footprint of a consumer's purchasing decisions and the impact of those purchasing decisions on an environment perspective over time. So we partnered with Deconomy from pretty much the year of their inception in 2018 They're a Swedish company who's a world leader in impact technology, whose mission is to future-proof the security of the planet. Deconomy developed the Ireland Index, which is based on global data sourced from S&P TrueScore, and it's been independently verified by EY. So the Ireland Index underpins our carbon calculator. In the same way that we've partnered with Conservation International and WRI as reforestation experts on Price's Planet Coalition, we're partnering with Deconomy as a world-leading impact technology company to underpin our carbon calculator. So the carbon calculator provides personal carbon footprint to cardholders through their mobile banking app. So it enables a financial institution to educate their more eco-conscious cardholders of the impact of their purchasing behavior on the environment. So they get a carbon score, which demonstrates the carbon impact of that purchase within a spending category. And so cardholders can understand the impact, and then they can monitor how that impact changes over time if their purchasing behavior changes as well. And not only are they educated and informed, but they may also be given the option to act through, for example, funding reforestation projects through the Price's Planet Coalition. So by harnessing the power of our 3 billion cardholders, our partners, we believe that through informing, enabling and educating these cardholders, we can really harness the power of consumer purchasing to help protect the future of the planet. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Rachel. I know I've got questions I'd want to ask you, but I will go to the room first if we have any immediate questions for Rachel. If we just, there's one at the front there. It's lucky there was one at the front. The lights were up and I couldn't see the back of the room.
Thanks. First of all, thank you for the presentation. I really appreciate the fact that you assess a bit like the impact of the purchasing of the people. Then, you know, like I can also understand that it's hard to make people change their behavior in the purchasing. So I was wondering if it would be easier for you at least to assess the impact and change the rewards that you can give to the people, because this is one of the key elements why a person decides to have a Mastercard instead of another card, and there is where you can really act. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And so leveraging loyalty programs, reward programs is something which is part of our initiatives through our partners. So where they have loyalty programs and reward programs with their customers, then the data that we can provide and the information we can provide can help them to really tailor how they're leveraging those rewards to both ensure that the behavior is aligned with their business goals, but also with their sustainability goals as well. So it's absolutely part of the approach. Great.
Okay. Thank you very much indeed. And Rachel, you have closed the show. Thank you so much. So I'd like to thank everyone here. Thank you for joining us here at Sustainability Live London 2024. Huge thanks to our very hardworking technical team who've worked incredibly hard through both days and through the awards last night. All the backstage and events team, all our speakers, everyone who's joined us online. I think I've remembered everyone. I've probably forgotten someone. I'll kick myself on the train on the way back. But a warm and big thank you for myself for your company today over the last 2 days. Thank you very much and have a very safe trip home.